Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome to my Rome 2 Total War Sulla Roman campaign on the Marius and Sulla workshop mod. I stumbled across this cool mod on the workshop the other day, and I'll put the link in the description below for you to check out the mod, along with the other mods I'm using in this mod pack. I'll put it up on screen. It's mostly just UI stuff to accompany the Marius vs Sulla mod. We got some Rome 2 unit cards, some HD textures and lighting, along with some Roman models, and just better quality water and stuff. So I usually use this. It's quite compatible with a lot of other mods just to make the campaign map and the visuals a bit better. I kind of wish CA did some more of these sort of small DLC packs. Like, I'd love to see an official Sulla DLC, maybe even like a Macedonian, Iberian, or Social Wars DLC. Maybe even some more stuff with the Gracchi brothers as well. So now I'm going to play for a few hours today on this mod and then edit down a full campaign into one video. So the challenge I'm going to set for this video is to eliminate Marius, Mithridates, retake Rome and the Italian peninsula, and throw Pontus out of Greece. If I can't, I'll consider this video challenge a failure. So let's play as Dictator Sulla of Rome. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. Now, I've got to be honest, it's a little bit bare bones at the moment, this mod, but it's a lot of fun with this sort of scenario that they've able, like, even the ability just to be able to mod this scenario even to this state is quite fantastic. I really wish it was compatible with DEI, Divide et Impera, though. So let's talk about Sulla. He's a really interesting historical figure. He was a great general. I think there's some fact I remember ages ago that I think he's the only man in history to have attacked and occupied both Rome and Athens. Like, I think that's like a Sulla stat fact. And without Sulla marching on Rome, it's nearly quite impossible that Caesar wouldn't have had the template to march on Rome. So the consequences of Sulla's actions and I guess inactions in his later life, really affected the fall of the Roman Republic. I always find the legacy and sort of the aftermath of historical figures to be really quite interesting. So let's have a look at the campaign and where we sort of situate. So we don't have the most wealthy territory. We're actually in quite a bad spot. We have a couple of armies in and around Illyria. So I think just trying to rush and move our military forces to the Italian peninsula, the quicker the better. Mithridates has most of Greece. Even if we had a couple more Greek territories, that would have been far more just beneficial for us, because we would have the profits for it, because we're actually hemorrhaging quite a bit of cash already. We do have Crete, so we are going to be able to open up some trade nodes with some other factions. So we have 3 full stacks. Yeah, well, not full stacks, just 3 armies in operation, hopefully soon to be full stacks. I think building military wharfs in my ports, because we are a little bit exposed to the open sea, and just trying to build up this economy with garrisons as well. I think just upgrading the settlement building to get more units in, because we're not going to be able to defend these settlements. We haven't got roads. Bring in a spy, that would really help our line of sight, and a champion as well, because this is mostly the units and the agents from the vanilla Rome 2 version. We could maybe get a 4th legion here. That could really quite help us out. But we are surrounded by enemies, and I'm not going to lie, we're in quite a precarious situation, with Mithridates holding Sparta, Athens, and the majority of Greece, and Marius occupying the Italian peninsula and most of Iberia as well. We might be best to get some navies in as well, but it's just the upkeep. We need to start occupying, attacking, and seizing settlements. But if you are craving a bit of Marius vs Sulla, Sulla's Civil War, I do recommend this mod on the Steam Workshop. But yeah, it's good that it's a workshop mod as well. You guys can just go download and test it around for a little bit. But I'd love to see the future of this mod. And how it continues to develop, or if it does. So we'll try and take the Italian peninsula as quick as possible, and we want to try and get rid of Marius, so hopefully he fights on the field. Same with Mithridates. Let's hope he doesn't like hide back in Asia Minor. Alright, let's build this navy up. We're in range to strike Brundisium now. I don't think we're going to be able to disembark one of my armies, so we're going to have to amphibiously attack it. We have 3,000 to their 1,000 in the garrison. I think we'll auto-resolve this one, because trying to amphibiously land, we will lose more casualties, but there will be plenty of armies and other settlements for us to take on the Italian peninsula, so don't worry about that. Let's occupy and take the settlement. Okay, so some Celtic guys have attacked us. We want to push up north to Benevento. And there is Marius. He's actually in Rome. He's made himself emperor. Actually, we'll fight this one. That's a bigger garrison. So we'll fight this one at Casentia, the first battle in Sulla's civil war. So most of my army is made up of legionaries and some lighter auxiliary spearmen. Here is Marius's general's bodyguard. So the units are a grey aesthetic, which is kind of cool. Even though we are sort of a red looking faction. But here are his loyal soldiers. Okay, we've broken up into 3 army groups. Marius being in the blue. Get some shots off myself there, that's not too bad. Continue with these exploding rounds. So we just want to try and weaken as many of them as we can before we push in and attack in advance. Just want to use all of our ammunition before we move up. We are taking out a fair few of them, which is good. So they're in the blue. So they've basically taken the skin of the Pompey faction. Poor fella there. Still withering the storm. Alright, it's time to charge now. Close the distance and get stuck in. Okay. Fierce fighting is broken in and around the town square. Brothers versus brothers. Romans versus Romans. Marius versus Sulla. Okay, we're slowly but surely progressing to the town square. And here is one of those legionaries that have been reskinned from my mod pack. Okay, we're going to try and cycle charge here with my Equites, because they're pinning us down here. Just the narrow corridors of this city is hard. Okay, they're sitting a little bit flat-footed, but these legionaries should make quick work of this auxiliary. And it's a good charge there. And victory. A costly one. Yeah, it took us a little bit to break on through. Crikey. Pyrrhic victory in the end. Okay, during the end turn phase, we've been attacked here by, I think that's Marius himself. Yeah, it is. Gaius Marius. We'll fight this one. We actually might be able to get rid of him. Alright. Let's go. Got some gladiator women as well. Okay. So you get some shots off. Push my cavalry up. They're not doing too well. Manually shooting is still so broken on vanilla. The reload time is insane. So you press insert on your keyboard to bring this up. It's always a lot of fun. I like explosive for infantry, but flammable round is always quite good as well. And now they've hit my front line. Wow, he marched all the way from Rome. So we might be able to eliminate Marius this turn. Okay, it's still quite even. If anything, they've got the favour. We need to just start cycle charging around their rear. This is going to be so close, because I feel like their units are maybe even arguably better than ours. Okay, we've managed to win out the grind there. Far out, like nearly 2 Pyrrhic victories back to back. Costi will probably be Pyrrhic again, I reckon. Yeah, crikey. Outnumbered. I just feel like their units have got a crazy stat boost. But as in Rome 2, like, compared to like Warhammer, they can't come back. So if we, yeah, that's it. Marius is no more. We eliminated him in the fields of Benevento. Helvetia, I want an alliance. Upgrading from our defensive pact. Sure, I'll accept that. We've got a lot of enemies. Okay, so we've got Casentia, Brundisium, and we've won the battle at Beneventum. I've got another legion pushing to Patavium to strike from the north. Pontus has attacked us in Crete, which is annoying. We probably lost it then. And we've lost Solonia as well. So we're winning all the battles in Rome, but we're losing in our exterior territories. Yeah, I just think we have to focus on Italy and then make this our base of operations. I do have a army just to push Pontus back a bit. We might even be able just to loot Thessalonica.
So say the bones.
Nori, I want an alliance. Okay, so I've sent an army just to annoy Pontus a bit. And we've actually made our way all the way to Athens. And we're going to be able to take the city. Just because we're just losing settlements in the east. We need to put the pressure on them. Just fighting garrisons at the moment. I guess they're dealing with their eastern wars more so. It was a risk sending an army over here when I'm trying to focus on Italy, but it seems to have worked quite well. We might not be able to take Crete back though. Yeah, they just seem to be targeting my island settlements, which is so weird. Yeah, they've taken Rhodes and Crete. Why are they targeting those? Alright, we've retaken Solonia. And we'll take Benevento now. My army in the north should be able to take Eretium now. Okay, they've attacked us here. We'll probably need to fight this one. Okay, so this is going to be a defensive battle. So we've managed to defeat most of the garrisons in the south, maybe 2-3 stacks. This will probably be the fourth. But interestingly enough, this is the defense of Eretium, while Eretium has been taken by the Norii. We've been allying up with the barbarians. So we have most of our armies, 3 or so in Italy. Well, we've sent another to deal with Pontus in Greece. But if we can defeat this army, this is probably one of the best armies that Marius has thrown at us. Although Marius is no more, his loyalists and those in the Senate still back him and his commanders. We'll just rip-roaring through this cavalry unit charging. We're in a nice, strong, long shield wall formation. But artillery is really helping us out this one. We've even got flammable rounds with our villetes. We'll send my cavalry out to hit theirs, which are pushing against us. Nice high ground advantage here. If we can catch them, it would have been a good charge. Okay, they seem to be flanking us quite hard here. But it was definitely worth sending, when we started off with 3 armies, 2 in the south, 1 in the north, to take those Gaulish provinces. Okay, we can cycle charge those units that are trying to hit our front line. Good stuff. Yeah, they're really doing the long haul. Look, if they want to flank me like that, that's fine. I do not mind. They can waste their stamina and energy and get fatigued. They're throwing in some of their own gladiators as well. We had some of those from the mercenary pool. And I'd be amiss not to get some shots off with the ballista here again. I do recommend it. Yeah, cycle charging is just so strong. Okay, but most of the army is still trying to flank. I feel like Marius has a lot of stat boosts compared to me because my units are just getting shredded. Everything is being close or Pyrrhic victories, but maybe that's realistic. Sulla was a fantastic commander. No, I think his troops were quite good and loyal as well. I wouldn't imagine there would be too much of a difference. Maybe it's just the difficulty I'm playing on, actually. That's probably it. Just the AI getting more cheats. Okay, that should be the last of them now. Crikey, another close battle. But we've managed to defend our gains in the north, in the defense of Eretium. Pyrrhic as well. Another Pyrrhic victory. That's so crazy. Like, the numbers isn't even that much of a difference. I don't reckon Marius now has much more left. Well, his faction. We've destroyed so many of his armies, and we've occupied most of the peninsula as well. Okay, so we're marching to Rome. Yeah, we'll auto-resolve this one. There's not even that many inside. Alright, we've taken the city of Rome. Oh, we can also move our capital. Yeah, so we'll get rid of this. We'll push into Asculum. Take that. And we'll take Genoa as well. We've even got some barbarian allies. Oh wow, look how much territory they've taken. I've moved everyone down to Sicily to start taking the island. Now from Sicily we can move to Carthage and take his African holdings. He's got a couple more left. There's no one down here. Alright, so we've taken the Italian peninsula. It's now time to focus on Pontus, who actually retook Thessalonica. It's been a little bit back and forth over here. I haven't really been focusing on it too much, but now with Marius subdued, we can. Oh wow, now they're throwing a lot of military forces at us. 3 full stacks in the north. And Mithridates is here as well. Alright, let's fight this one. And throw him out of Greece officially. So Marius has been eliminated. Mithridates is still on the list. Oh my god. Nearly 100k battle. This is going to be a good one. Alright, let's fight this one. They're in a fort as well. It's going to be tough. The Battle of Thessalonica. It's pouring down with rain, unfortunately. Alright, now we've got a dry day. Alright, let's form up. So, most of my army's made up of legionaries. Not too much cavalry and vilites either. We do have some reinforcements coming in. This is going to be an absolute cracker. Hopefully it's not another Pyrrhic victory though.
Our reinforcement.
But here is Pontus inside. Just forming up. A lot of chariots as well. Oh my god. They were running over a bumpy road there. Okay. So I've waited for my additional reinforcements to come up. So we'll move up our Praetorians. We'll try and surround the fort. And now we've got those additional vilites in. We'll be able to skirmish much more. Okay. Let's swing you here as well. Let's just try and surround the fort by all angles. So, Marius's faction only has a couple more settlements left in Iberia as well. We haven't officially eliminated the faction, but he's basically gone. It'll just take a little bit too long to go over there with my armies. I'd rather focus on Pontus now. Depending on how we go, we might be able to actually push into Asia Minor. If we can defeat these 3 full stacks here. But it is a little bit of a tricky campaign, this. Being at war with so many factions on multiple fronts, and Illyria starting off with that province isn't the best to operate from. But Marius now has thousands of legionaries, praetorians, and cohorts under his command. We'll form up against Pontus and try and just skirmish them out. But even they have more territory. Athens, Sparta, most of Greece. It's been a little bit back and forth over there. Even when we took territory, they took it back from us. I really just wanted to focus on the Italian front. Now we can spend the remaining of the video dealing with Pontus. But in a fort situation like this, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Okay, so they're pushing pikes up. Our flammable ammunition should be able to make quick work of those. Why aren't these guys properly firing? Like, do they need to be slightly closer, maybe? Like, turn it off and on. Sometimes it does bug out. Oh no, they seem to be going now, though. Yeah, there we go. Maybe this need to be closer. Sometimes happens in DEI. Okay. Yeah, why aren't these guys firing properly? Oh, there they are. So inconsistent, bugging out like that. And they're moving out a little bit here. So they've moved out a couple units, one by one, which is fine. Our Praetorians will make quick work of these Pontus pikes. They've even moved out some cavalry here as well. Those chariots we definitely have to watch out for. Yeah, so when maybe they're just not close enough, because these guys seem to be getting their shots off. I think it's time just to push on in, because we've spent 20 minutes flapping about here. Although we're skirmishing them well, not well enough to compete with the rate of those 4 arrow towers just sitting there. Alright, let's move our generals around as well, where the majority of the armies are fighting, like our 3 army groups, just to give those buffs in. So Marius has ordered the troops to go forward. Running into a little bit of pike opposition. But the grudge match between Mithridates and Marius is in full effect. It's kind of cool fighting Pontus so close and in and around Greece. As quite often they get destroyed, don't they? Like, I'm trying to think, like, they mostly get either knocked out in Rome 2 or the Rome remaster by Egypt or Pergamon. Mostly the Seleucids as well. And they do not last very long. But maybe you guys like to see maybe a Mithridates campaign. Or we could take an alternative historical path and maybe play as Marius. Okay, we're slowly but surely pushing into the fort. Making alright progress. It's probably 70% in our favour. This left-hand side is concerning me though, because it's got more cavalry and chariots, which we're not really breaking to, but our Praetorian units should be able to make quick work of these pajama men. With a woven shield and a spear, a Praetorian should be able to take out 5 before losing his own, you'd think. The pikes are holding quite vast here. But this is make or break for Pontus. They're fighting for their kingdom. And 3 full stacks. What's he standing on there? A horse? Okay. We've managed to break through on the right-hand side. So let's give out some attack orders. Once we form up, get to a better position there. You're getting a little bit shot there. So they did move most of their armies into the fort. I wanted to make sure that their reinforcements stuck in the fort, but they've actually got more than the 20 units or so. So they're actually trickling in more one by one, which isn't the best. We might be able to turn this into a defensive battle, although it was an offensive fort siege to start things off. But I hope you guys enjoy just sort of the change up in content. Like, we've been playing for half an hour here, and I'm definitely going to have to chop this specific battle up. I'm enjoying the change up in content. I'm still doing the same stuff. It's essentially just my videos in one recording session come out in one video, and then instead of like 4 or 5. Okay. So we've basically won and taken control of the fort. It's just now they're bringing in a lot of skirmishes. So even though we're 90% in winning this one, we could lose it if we're not careful. So yeah, it's been going so long that it's actually, I feel like it's turned into a second battle. It's turned from an offensive now to a defensive slightly. We're using the enemy's walls to protect us. Because a lot of our Praetorians are heavily depleted. There's chariots blocking as well. Okay. So I've taken control of those arrow towers that were peppering us. But look at this, it's actually swung back from 90% in our favour now to 50-50 as they're bringing more units in. We're in a really tough position here because we could looking at our units' health, we could lose this because they could just kite, draw out, and hit us from the sides in the rear as we advance. Ugh. I wish there was more skirmishers in. We're just going to have to charge it. Oh my god, this is going to be so close again. Is that a record? 4 Pyrrhic victories in a row? Maybe Very hard difficulty isn't quite well balanced for this mod just yet. Maybe it's like DEI needs to be played on normal. I do not know. Because there is a little bit of confusion around difficulties and stuff. Like, I still get this question when I start my Divide et Impera campaigns. It's like, why do you play on normal? Well, it's because they've gone through each individual unit and balanced it for the game. So, normally there's like a flat rate on Total Wars for unit stats, and then it gets scaled depending on the difficulty. But if mod teams have gone through all the effort to do it, you are better off to do it on normal. It's not impossible to play on very hard. It's just like you have to cheese and micromanage like crazy on very hard DEI. And the fatigue and the melee attack and defense stats go through the roof. But I think we've won it here in this push. Far out, crikey. So we've managed to win it there. A Pyrrhic victory again. It was actually more, it was nearly 13,000. Wow. So, I don't think Pontus is probably going to come back from that one. Both armies heavily depleted. We even lost a general there, which is rather unfortunate. We've managed to get rid of Mithridates, though. Just want to finish off the last of Marius in Africa. The Gamantians were pushing out, trying to eye up that territory. And now we can take Thrace. I'm actually going to be able to take Nicomedia, which is Pontus's capital. Hey, they're going to sue for peace now that we've thrown them out of Greece and we've taken their capital. Perfect. And the remnants of Marius's Rome's faction wants peace as well. They're in Iberia. Alrighty, so I think we can wrap things up here. Here is the entirety of Sulla's new empire. So we did manage to get an alliance with the Gauls. We've had the alliance with the Helvetii and the Norii, but they managed to do alright, taking some territory. The Norii, unfortunately, took some territory on the Italian peninsula, but it's alright. But rather hard fought this campaign. It's a tough one. I do recommend it, but I've had an absolute blast playing it. We've got a bunch of military allies. The Helvetii, the Retii, and the Gauls, which really just helped us out. We sort of allowed them to take Marius's Iberian and Gaulish territory, and the remnants and the remaining Romans have fled, and they're getting absolutely finished off by some Gauls there. There's even like a Roman rebel army there by the looks of it. So here's the family tree. Sulla is now 59, and he should be able to give up his dictatorship and return to his country estate. Strabo and Julius have had some children as well. So let's go through the challenge again. So I wrote down, so we wanted to get rid of Marius, Mithridates, which we did. We wanted to retake Rome and the Italian peninsula and throw Pontus out of Greece. We actually did a little bit more than that. We took Sardinia and Corsica, which is not a part of the Italian peninsula technically, and we took Marius's territory in North Africa, and we pushed into Asia Minor, taking Nicomedia as well. So I probably could have put it like the capitals as victory conditions, I guess. But Sulla, Dictator Sulla, is victorious. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I've had an absolute blast playing in this recording session today. And then I'll edit this down and get this up for you guys over the next couple of days. Alright, sweet. Always keen to do more Total War on the channel. Let me know if you want to see more Rome 2, Medieval 2, or Warhammer 2 specifically. So thanks guys, really appreciate it. All the support and feedback. So I'm going to play the outro now and say thanks to the channel members and patrons. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you'd like to stay connected with me. Let me know feedback and suggestions for the video. Gotta say a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tal, Liam B, Kyle P, Tom C, and Wyatt P. So thanks guys, my name has been Simpzy, much love from Australia, goodbye.